Hello, welcome. This is Austin from the DevC training, and today we are going to be creating a schema, database schema. What does schemas do? Actually, schemas enable us to enforce data structure. It simply contains the fields that you want to be shown in your database. So that's what we're going to be doing. And to do that, we'll simply go to the backend folder. You see this backend folder, I just clicked on it. Then click on new folder. I want to create a new folder called models. So I'm going to create a new folder called models. Press the enter key. Then inside this new folder called models, I'm going to create a file. You can see new file. Then this file, I'm going to call it things.js. So this file things is going to contain the things that we want to be let me actually call it thing, not things, so that will follow exactly the way it is done in the open classroom. Thing.js is going to contain everything that we are going to be posting on our website. So I'll press the enter key so that my thing.js will open here. You can see here, so I have thing.js open. So I'm going to quickly pick up this code, which is what I'll put in my thing.js. I already told us that these are file. I'm going to be leaving it in the website where I post other codes so that you can easily get them. So this is the thing.js. What happens here is that we use mongoose. We imported mongoose here using const mongoose equal to require mongoose. Then this is where we created the schema that will help us to enforce the data structure. So this thing schema is going to contain the title of what we want to be posted, the description, the image URL, the user ID, the price. You remember the first one we posted, they had these similar fields. So this will enable us to enforce this very data structure. Then in the last line, we actually exported the model, which is the thing schema. So that we can easily import it in other places and use them. So once I do this, I can do Ctrl X, and I can also run my okay, let me cd into backend so that I'll be able to run to make sure that our connection is still working. There's a problem that most of you will encounter in these the connection to the database. If your own is not working, maybe you had earlier installed your Node.js, you didn't just install it recently. So when you go to creating your cluster in MongoDB at last, make sure you use driver 2.21 or later. Don't use the 3. 3 I think is for people that just recently installed, like if you're just installing now as I'm teaching. So if you had your Node.js installed earlier, maybe you've been programming for a long time, using driver 3 might not work for you, because I actually experienced the problem. So let's say I run my thing by saying node bound, and I say my server. It's gonna work now because I'm using driver 2.211 or later. But when I use driver 3.0, you remember where you put this driver is after creating your cluster. When you want to connect, once you clean that connect, as you're copying your connection string, you're going to see where they wrote the driver that you can use. So make sure you choose 2.211 if you've always had your on Node.js. But if you recently installed, you can use 3.0 and above. You can see successfully connected to MongoDB at last. So my MongoDB at last is working. So this is my schema that I've just created. So in subsequent classes, we're going to learn how to retrieve and save data. Thank you. You can also see that successfully connected to Mongo at last. So everything is working perfectly now.